Becoming Olivia, Episode 1, The Mysterious Letter. Jazz 101 FM. Olivia Cross had built the kind of life that turned heads. At 39, she was a partner at one of the most prestigious marketing firms in the city, drove a sleek black convertible, and lived in a penthouse apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows that showcased a skyline most people only dreamed of. To the outside world, she was the epitome of success, strong, independent, and unshakably confident. But tonight, as she sat on her marble kitchen island, nursing a glass of wine, the emptiness gnawed at her again. The laughter of a couple echoed faintly from the street below, reminding her of everything she tried to ignore, especially for the last 2 years. 2 years since her divorce from David. 2 years of first dates that went nowhere. Of men who either disappeared after a few weeks or shrank away the moment they realized she was the kind of woman who dimmed her light to make someone else feel brighter. She was tired of the endless cycle, meeting, hoping, inevitably being told she was intimidating, or not what they were looking for.
Intimidating?
She muttered aloud, pouring more wine. She was a catch, smart, driven, beautiful, and financially independent. She kept herself in great shape, had a sharp sense of humor, and was genuinely kind when you got past her polished exterior.
What more did they want? Why wasn't I enough? Men really suck.
The doorbell rang, pulling her out of her thoughts. Olivia frowned. It was almost 9 p.m., and she wasn't expecting anyone. She paddled barefoot to the door and opened it cautiously. There was no one there. Just an envelope resting on the welcome mat. No postage, no return address. Just her name, written in elegant black script. Olivia. She picked it up, her pulse quickening slightly. Back inside, she slid a manicured nail under the flap and unfolded a single piece of heavy cream colored paper. The handwriting was the same delicate script. It read,
You are not broken, but you're asking the wrong questions. If you want answers, meet me at the Golden Hour Cafe tomorrow at 7 p.m. alone.
Her first instinct was to laugh. This had to be a prank, right? Maybe Lily, her best friend, was trying to get her out of her funk with some dramatic stunt. But the more Olivia stared at the note, the less certain she felt. The handwriting didn't look like Lily's, and there was an undeniable weight to the words.
Not broken,
She murmured, her fingers tracing the ink. The words hit her somewhere deep, in a place she didn't like to acknowledge. She folded the note carefully and set it on the counter. Common sense told her to ignore it. She didn't know who had left it or what they wanted. But something else, a flicker of curiosity, of hope, maybe, urged her to go. The next evening, Olivia found herself walking into the Golden Hour Cafe, her heels clicking against the wooden floor. The place was dimly lit, with the warm glow of Edison bulbs casting long shadows. She scanned the room, her heart pounding, unsure of what she was even looking for. And then she saw him, a man sitting in the corner, his back straight and his gaze locked on her the moment she entered. He was dressed simply, a fitted black sweater and dark jeans. But there was an undeniable magnetism about him. His eyes, a piercing shade of green, seemed to see right through her. He gestured to the seat across from him.
Olivia,
He said, his voice smooth but commanding.
I'm glad you came.
She hesitated, her mind racing.
Who are you?
She asked, finally stepping forward. He smiled faintly, a smile that held both warmth and a hint of danger.
I'm here to show you why everything you've been taught about being feminine is a lie.
Olivia froze. The cafe seemed to fade away, her focus narrowing to the man in front of her. Before she could respond, he slid a small black notebook across the table. Embossed on the cover, in gold letters, were the words, The Journey Home.
Read it,
He said, standing up.
and when you're ready, let me know.
How?
She asked, confused, but he was already walking away, disappearing into the night. Olivia looked down at the notebook, her hands trembling slightly as she picked it up. Inside the front cover was a single line.
If you're ready to stop playing by their rules, let's begin.
Olivia stared at the notebook, torn between intrigue and apprehension. Was this the breakthrough she had been waiting for, or was she about to step into something she couldn't control? Olivia was startled by an unfamiliar buzzing sound coming from underneath a napkin where the man had been sitting. It was a cell phone, and on it was an unread text. She picked it up and froze. It was a message from an unknown number.
You're closer than you think, but the next step is very important.
This concludes episode 1.